This video is for you if you've been learning Spanish for a while, you've learned a lot of words, you're doing all the grammar drills, but then you're in a conversation and you still feel clumsy and can't stop translating in your head.
Hola, me llamo Juan. Perdón, mi español no es tan bien. Bueno.
If that happens to you and you sometimes think, what am I doing wrong? You must watch this video. Because you're probably neglecting one simple activity in your Spanish studies. The one activity that's the key to think in Spanish and having fluent sentences roll off the tongue. Well, my friend, estás de suerte because I, teacher Juan from Spring Spanish, will reveal that one activity that will help you stop translating in your head and show you how to add it to your daily Spanish routine so you can start chatting away in Spanish. Acompáñenme. Why you always translate in your head. Let's get straight down to the facts. The only reason why you're translating a sentence word for word in your head is because your brain doesn't know what a Spanish sentence is supposed to look like. Imagine you want to say, what do you do for a living in Spanish? Do you know how to say that? Because, well, if you do, great. But if you're not absolutely certain on how to say that in Spanish, your brain will revert to the only frame of references it has, your mother tongue, and it will try to build the sentence by translating that example word for word.
Yo soy Lía, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto, yo soy Juan.
Quick, ask something. I know. What do you do for a living? Okay, let's see. What is que? Then do you do? Man, how am I supposed to translate those three words? Right, in Spanish it's just haces, one word. Okay, then for a living, para una viviendo or just para vivir? Okay, let's try that.
¿Qué haces para vivir?
So, as you can see, even if you can turn this into a grammatically correct sentence, you'll still be struggling and wondering, this sounds weird. I don't know if I'm just making something up or if this is really what a native speaker will say. So what do you do if you want to stop this from happening? Easy. Just find out what a native speaker will say and then say the same thing. And you won't discover that in textbooks. You'll only discover it at the source by listening to native speakers like myself speaking Spanish all the time. It's as simple as that. Luckily, you have me here and the 5 free weekly lessons we upload from Monday to Friday on the Spring Spanish YouTube channel. Psst, subscribe now. I am a native speaker and I'll tell you that we'd say ¿en qué trabajas? Or ¿a qué te dedicas? So much easier, right? Now, will you have known that if you were just learning words and grammar? I don't think so. But can you now say this yourself in a conversation? Of course. And now you know this is how we say it. Will you ever translate word for word in your head again for this sentence? Never again. Here's another example. You want to say you're very busy on weekdays. How do you say on weekdays in Spanish? You won't get far with words, list, and grammar. You can try translating from English en días de semana, de la semana, en los días de la semana. You might get away with a weird version of Spanish, but here's what I, an actual native, will say. Tengo una rutina muy ocupada entre semana. So, in Spanish we say entre semana to refer to weekdays, literally between weeks. What's the only way you know for sure native speakers say entre semana? Well, because you just heard me say it. And if you listen to a lot of Spanish speakers, you will hear them saying it too. These word combinations are chunks, and they're the key to speaking a foreign language fluently without translating in your head. Conversation-based chunking. So, your goal while speaking Spanish: listen to as much Spanish as possible and discover as many chunks like these as possible. We call this process conversation-based chunking, and these are the steps for it. Step 1. Get input. Listen to native speakers in conversation to discover how they speak. Step 2. Identify chunks. Find word combinations like en qué trabajas or entre semana. Step number 3. Imprint them on your brain as a whole. Memorize them so they roll off the tongue when you're speaking Spanish. And number 4. Implement. Use these chunks yourself in conversation. Notice how you're not translating in your head anymore. Of course, while you're learning Spanish, you'll still want to say things you've never heard from a native speaker before. So you'll still need to improvise once in a while and maybe translate in your head while speaking Spanish. But the more you listen, the more chunks you'll discover. The more you'll know what a Spanish sentence is supposed to sound and look like. And the easier it'll become for you to speak. Now check this out. If you'd like to get a head start, why don't you download our free Essential Spanish Chunking Kit, which contains a collection of the most frequently used Spanish chunks, the ones you'll need in any conversation. You can find the link in the description. Ready to listen to a lot of Spanish and recognize all these Spanish chunks? We actually have videos that are completely in Spanish, and they come with subtitles in Spanish and English with chunks highlighted. Isn't that amazing? Just click the images on the screen to check out our fully Spanish videos and start collecting these chunks like a pro right now. Spend some more time with us. Adios.